there were very interesting statements coming from Major General Rahim Safavi. He's saying that I think that there will be another war, and after that, there may not be another war. All of a sudden. His statements came after there were more talks globally as well of an Israeli preparation. And he made those statements after multiple threats coming from the IRGC against Israel. He said that we, the military, are creating scenarios, seeing the worst and preparing for that plan. We are not in a ceasefire right now. We are in a war phase. And that is true because Iran did not accept a ceasefire. It was Israel and the United States who declared a ceasefire. Iran said, if you don't attack us, we won't attack you. This issue may break down at any time. No protocol, regulations, or agreements have been written between us and the United States and Israel. That means they are at a phase of war, but there are no hostilities at the moment. So what is he suggesting exactly? I think there may be another one. What he's suggesting is that Iran actually attacks Israel. He said that the best way to defend ourselves is to actually attack and not wait for the other country to attack us. America and Israel say that we create peace through strength. Iran must also become strong in the region and the world. Go and become strong if you are willing to sacrifice your life, because in the system of nature, the weak are the ones who are trampled. We must strengthen the systems and strategy of diplomatic, media, missiles, and drone, and cyber attacks too. We, the military people, say if you want peace, prepare for war. The best defense is attack. We're talking about the advisor, the supreme advisor of the leader of the Islamic Revolution. Well, this is no, normal average personality inside of the military establishment in Iran. Statements coming from him are very serious, and that means that Iran is actually thinking very seriously of having an attack on Israel. It would not be an attack, it would be a response to the constant threats coming from Israel. You can call it a preemptive strike, but of course it would be viewed as an attack based on the recent developments. That's coming simultaneously with more statements coming from the IRGC saying that the regional nations will expel the United States and Israel. The same spirit of resistance was evident, they said, during the 12-year war that they had previously with Iraq. And they also added that the geography of resistance will continue to expand until the final victory of the Islamic Ummah. It further warned that the Iranian nation, in its pursuit of a new Islamic civilization, remains fully prepared to counter any threat or conspiracy by the United States and Israel. So the IRGC, in line with the statements of Safavi as well, are clearly sending strong messages that something big is coming in the future. We're not just talking about empty threats coming from Iran or just talk, because we saw clearly that Iran does act on its statements and they do actually respond when they say they're going to respond. And now they're saying, no, actually, there might be an attack here, at least as an advice coming from a very senior figure in the IRGC, very close to the main decision maker in Iran, which is the supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. That's also resonating with more international opinions. And this was a recent article in Foreign Policy as well, saying the next Iran-Israel war is coming. Both countries' strategic calculus suggests it will even be more violent than before. And in this article here, they're saying it could be as early as late August even, or up to December. So we're still talking about 2025. Now, one thing that has been clear and evident in the past 2 years is the escalation between Iran and Israel happened after the genocide in Gaza began. All of these attacks and counter, of course, previously there were espionage. There was espionage, there was targeted assassination, sabotage, terror actions from Israel against Iran internally and globally too. Iran did not have a direct response as a country towards Israel in that time, but all of this escalation happened only in the past 2 years. What does that show us? That it has a link to what's happening in Gaza and in the region too, because Israel views Iran as the biggest threat to its security, and Iran is indeed the main country backing the armed resistance movements against Israel in the region. What does that say? That says that so long as there is a war, there is a very high likelihood of an attack coming from Iran. And even if there was a de-escalation, we saw many cases where there was another attack because Israel eventually, like with the United States, takes a different approach and breaches the ceasefire and breaks the ceasefire, and they'll have aggression. As a matter of fact, many viewed the talks between the United States and Iran in relation to their nuclear agreement previously as a way that the United States was deceiving Iran only for Israel to attack them afterwards. Some said that no, actually, Donald Trump was in a different mode. He had a different opinion to Benjamin Netanyahu. He did withdraw some of his troops and their families from the region before Israel conducted the attack, which was a signal in a way that something is about to happen. Then Israel indeed attacked Iran after those 2 months of negotiations. But when they did happen, Donald Trump backed Israel completely, and Donald Trump participated eventually. Theatrics, no theatrics, the level of damage, all of that is subject to talks and, argument. However, they did participate with Israel, and they clearly showed the whole world that they support fully the actions of Israel against Iran. That's why Iran might actually take that step this time and take a different approach than the approach that they had before, of waiting for an aggression to justify a response, because they know very well that the second round is inevitably about to happen. Now, when that would happen, we see from the pattern of Iran that they do take their time. But saying that doesn't mean that the other option of them surprising everyone is non-existent. That option is absolutely still there, and Iran can indeed have an attack at any given moment without any prior warning, and this time even without waiting for Israel to conduct an attack before responding to it.